I want to ask you,
Oh my
if a
god.
player from EU spends a lot of time in NA, is he still considered an EU player?
Oof. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of pOGcast. My name is Martin. Martin is out sick today, so
on the Friday.
on the Friday.
So convenient.
So I'll be stepping in. My name is Benjamin Baragi, and I'll be the host for this episode only, hopefully. On today's menu, we are going to talk about the Group B, which finished yesterday with a great success for EU, Splyce going through. Then we're going to talk about Group A today, G2, Cloud9, and Griffin and HKA. And then in the weekend we have Group C and D, so we're going to go over them as well. And then a couple of days ago, the big League 10 Riot Games 10-year anniversary happened. They announced a whole lot of things, so we're going to touch on that as well. See what you guys are most excited about. Andre, you've already...
Oh, Runeterra.
Yeah, that's your thing. Okay,
No, but I'm actually more excited about the foot or the kind of league manager game.
the League Manager game?
Yeah.
But you're already sort of a League
No,
Manager.
but it's fine. Like now I can actually kick people from other teams and stuff. Like it's actually gonna be funny.
Okay, so you want to be a digital and analog League Manager. That's your goal. Okay. Anyway, Splyce, they qualified yesterday, got the second seed out of the group. Great day for EU. Andre, you watched the games?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you did well on your predictions
Once again.
once again. So anything you want to say?
Martin?
Unlike Martin?
No, just I think that the most surprising was that Splyce beat FPX. Somehow, I was expecting them to beat J-Team because after seeing their game, I think that their loss was more due to Northscaren literally running it down, and they not understanding really well how J-Team wants to play. But I think that they adapted well for their second game, so I was expecting them to win that, and maybe having a more even tiebreaker, and that would decide who would go through between J-Team and Splyce. But they managed to beat FPX on a not so one-sided game, but a win is a win, and that actually not only gave them the opportunity to go through the group as top 2, but they could have actually gone as top 1 if they would won the tiebreaker. So indeed, it was a really successful day for Splyce. I think that unlucky, but that would happen for everyone on the Group B. Whoever they get as the seed 1 from any other group is going to be really tough. But they already surpassed expectations, I think, by going out of the Group B, so who knows.
And FPX, they end up first seed, but a lot of people have kind of talked about that they've been the grand disappointment of the tournament so far.
Yeah, I mean, just like every other seed 1 from China, every year, it ends up being kind of a disappointment. On the group that FPX is, I actually expected them to 6-0 this group really, really easily, which wasn't the case. So I'm honestly not expecting much more from them on the tournament. It is true that they are a young team and most of their players is their first Worlds, but still, after such dominant two splits in China, I was just expecting them to actually destroy the whole group.
All right. So Pege, do you think both teams, FPX and Splyce, will go out in the quarterfinals?
Well, not FPX. I mean, Splyce is gonna have a hard time because they're gonna get one of the first seed from the Group A or any group, pretty much. Like he said, the first seed are gonna be really strong in every group.
So
the number ones that they can have is G2 or Griffin, in theory,
exactly. And the
SKT or RNG,
yeah,
and Damwon or IG,
all Liquid, right?
Yeah, or Liquid, true, or Liquid.
Theoretically,
or Liquid.
Yeah.
And these teams already beat or surpassed another really strong team on their group.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, so pretty much it will be really, really hard for them. It's not going to be like
to be honest, it's the same opponents for FPX, so
that's
I honestly think they're also out.
So even if we talk about FPX, they'll go up, against G2 Griffin, SKT RNG.
Maybe not that one.
Maybe Fnatic. Maybe not that one. That's true.
That's like the only group. I guess that from that group they could win, because it's IG. They have beaten them before, FPX.
Yeah.
Then Danwoo didn't play that strong either, or Team Liquid, which I don't think is
I
on
mean,
the level
Griffin,
of G2 or
Griffin as
FPX.
well, no? If you see it that way, then Griffin is also not playing too hot. I guess if FPX is on a day, yes, then maybe they can win, but they have been having a lot of days, no?
I mean, I think FPX is just getting ready, to be honest. I think they're jet lagged or something.
No.
So you think they'll?
Yeah, I think they'll get better. I think they're like playing super bad, like especially their bot lane right now. But I think if they like settle in a little bit, they will do really well in quarters.
Okay. And has Group B just been way worse than the 3 other groups in terms of skill?
I mean, it's hard to say because they're not playing each other, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this group is just everyone is just so much better that they just provoke a lot of mistakes from that. No.
Yeah, but somehow it looked like they're
Not
bad.
really. No. This group seems like way worse than all the other 3.
Yeah.
Than all the other 3 groups. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's just the way this year. Anything you want to say about the first EU team going through? Then we have Fnatic at 1 and 2 currently behind SKT and RNG. What do you feel about their chances?
Oof.
Yeah, I think Fnatic has a really hard time.
Will we have 3 EU teams going through to playoffs?
If I had to bet on it, no.
Okay.
If I would love to, but if I had to bet on it, I would say 2 teams.
Actually, Pekki, you kind of did bet on it on the first podcast.
Oh.
Everyone did.
No. We said that it was more likely.
Said that no. They said you guys said that Fnatic would go through and
Yeah.
RNG wouldn't. But there was one guy on the podcast. One guy.
Was it you, Andre?
Me.
Probably Andre.
Me.
Yeah.
That said that RNG would go through and Fnatic
Yeah.
wouldn't.
But I was
So-
talking from passion. I wasn't
You
betting
actually-
anything.
But you actually bet on it.
Yeah, but I wasn't losing anything.
Okay, that's true.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
We actually we asked the people on Twitter what the prize and the punishment should be of winning and losing our prediction game. Do you have any ideas? Maybe you, Patrick. You're not part of the prediction game.
I
so
wanna
maybe you
redo my pick then if we have prizes.
So
Well, I want to redo my pick B then, my group B then.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
We'll ask Twitter again, and then we'll find the best. I saw something about.
I mean, we're doing the challenges now, so we can punish someone through a challenge.
Actually, that's true. Yeah.
Make
The
some-
OG
something-
challenge.
Yeah, make
We got the
something.
reigning champ right here.
I mean, I don't know. Let's see the next content. I'm probably not the reigning champion anymore.
Oh,
You're winning everything.
a little
You won last
spoiler,
time as well.
Huh?
little teaser.
Maybe I won, maybe I lost.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Okay, so let's talk Group A. We got the G2 Griffin, Cloud9, and Hong Kong Attitude. G2 3-0 first week.
I think that they will lose a game today.
You too.
But I don't know
Against
against who. I don't know against who. Can be anyone. But I think they will lose a game today.
Will they lose to HK?
I disagree.
No.
They will go 6-0.
6-0?
Yeah.
100%. I'm betting my money.
That's
on
really
it.
rare.
Okay,
right?
you want to bet 50 euros?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, we got a bet. That's fine. Okay, so Patrick, you say 6-0 G2, and you say they'll lose today. And
They'll
not
lose
go-
one game today.
at least.
I mean,
Oh,
just one game
Just
today.
one.
Just one game.
I think that there will be a game that they will just like Giga run it down.
So the last one probably, right? And they don't care.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, that's
Could be. It could be.
Well-
But I don't think so. I think 6-0 as well.
Okay, so you're on the 6-0 wagon as well. Who will go through with G2 then?
It has to be Griffin, no? I mean, I don't believe in Cloud9 too much. Like, every year they're getting through, but I think they're really bad, so...
I don't know. It's the second week hype for Cloud9.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know how they make it through, but I think they're really bad, so...
Aren't NA always... They're bad in the second week, no?
NA usually is bad on the second.
But
week, yes.
Cloud9
But
is the
not
hope
Cloud9.
always.
Okay.
Every
Because-
team
because,
in
like,
NA is
the new
bad.
hope.
Just keep in mind that TSM would also be really good on the second week because Cloud9 is not really American. Right? Their mid laner and their jungler are European.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's mid
Coach
jungle
is
meta.
Korean, right?
Who?
Isn't
No,
that coach?
no, just stop. No,
No, it's men's currency.
that's all.
Coach is Korean.
Coach.
is
Oh,
Korean.
coach. You said coach.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
said
coach is Korean.
Yeah.
And
Thank you,
so-
Patrick.
I was not hearing.
No, stop.
But yeah, they are more mid jungle European, so they have a chance of having a bit of the European hype train on.
Yeah, but the
on
mid
second week.
laner they have is not really
Good.
hype. You top mid.
It's still a U mid, like Scarlett Johansson or something like that. That was in academies. No, Scarlet Red Hands.
That's like 5 years ago.
Yes.
I
No,
have no idea what
Scarlet
you're
Red Hands was last year in academy. It's also new mid, and
Okay.
he did really well in academies.
Maybe there is hope.
I
then.
think that's academy is pretty high level, so
Yeah, for Worlds.
I think
No,
that guy
just-
is like he's close to caps, to be honest, right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he can carry them.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
want to ask
He
you,
wasn't on
Andre,
Cloud9. He
Okay,
wasn't on
Patrick,
Cloud9.
what do you want to ask?
I want to ask you,
Oh my
if a
god.
player from EU spends a lot of time in NA, is he still considered an EU player?
Oof.
That's
So-
actually a deep question.
So Mithy.
It's not a lot of time though.
1 year doesn't count. It's like Svensk
Okay.
Aaron, that's
So
been a
people that
while.
are already like
At least 2 years. 2
consider
years.
not even consider imports. That's what you mean.
No, 2 years. You know.
Sven-
Ah,
Svensk
I
Like
think
Bjergsen and stuff.
I think 2 years and more.
Plus 2 years. 2+ years.
Oof, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like some players like Bjergsen just stopped progressing a long time ago. So I assume that happens to most of the players. Yeah, that go to NA.
That's the answer. So will Hong Kong Attitude go 0-6?
Yeah.
So they won't beat G2.
I don't think
Okay,
they'll do
I
it.
got you there. Fine.
But-
you should have said 1 and 5, man.
Yeah,
that
you
was
should-
so
No,
obvious.
no,
Let's go
no.
for the hard bet.
We are here.
But when does G2 plays against HKA?
It's right there, 16, no?
Oh, it's here. Hong Kong G2. Where is it?
It's here. It's here. It's here. It's here.
It's the
Oh,
second game.
No. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
fine.
they played last game against Griffin. That's the one.
Okay. But then we have a potential tiebreaker.
This
right?
no. If this
Yeah.
game doesn't matter, which is likely, the G2 Griffin, it won't matter. Trust me.
But if Griffin win,
Yeah, then it's just unlucky. Then G2 has to try hard. But if not, then it will be like Perks playing Yasuo top and
but it
then
will
playing
probably.
Garen Yumi with Wunder playing Garen bot and stuff like that, and then Griffin has a chance.
Okay, I'm actually, because it's the last game, and Griffin are likely to beat Cloud9 and Hong Kong Attitude, then this game will matter, and then G2 they will try hard.
Let's see.
Yeah, we'll see. Will,
Or G2 just wants to play a bit more, so they force a tiebreaker.
I don't think so.
maybe. Patrick and Peggy, I want to put you on the spot and ask you: will G2 win Worlds this year?
No.
No.
It would be like easy to believe that they will, but I just I think some other teams will get stronger. Like I think SKT is really strong, and so is like IG. So I think they might win it, but I don't think it's like safe bet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the same. I think that they have good chances, but people is thinking like G2 is just gonna stop SKT for some reason or something.
Yeah.
But I think that it would be really close games again, like in them, like exactly like MSI. You know, it's not like they swept SKT 3-0 or something.
And do you think they have enough international experience when it comes down to, semifinals, a potential final?
I think by now, yeah, they have a lot of experience. Most of them. I think.
I think maybe
Step
Mickey
one.
doesn't have that much experience, but
Didn't he
Does
play
it
with?
matter?
No.
I don't know if it matters. Like they are
Yeah,
so
how
used
much
to
does-
win.
Does experience matter?
They are so used to win that it's.
maybe that can be a bad thing in the best of 5 though. They like
No. But they are also like they already had, at least as a group, at least 3 really well disputed best of 5s that they won. 2
Yeah.
against Fnatic, 1 against SKT. So I honestly think that they are really used to win, and they are really strong mentally, proven by those best of 5s. So don't think they'll have an issue.
Okay.
I think that they can have an issue afterwards if they are eliminated in a phase of groups and they don't win the whole thing, because that will be the first time that they actually lose as a group.
Yeah.
But for now, I don't know. I think they are actually favorites.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point. I'm watching a lot of NFL right now, and a lot of experts, they're talking about teams that make it to the Super Bowl and then lose it, have a really hard time recovering unless you're named the New England Patriots. Do you think that could be the case for League as well? If you make it all the way to the finals and then you lose it, it's hard to recover from that?
It is. It's a,
We saw Fnatic had a rough start to spring.
I think it is a bit hit, even though you think about it right now and be like, oh, if we would be in finals, we would be so happy. It wouldn't matter to lose it. When you are there, you think differently, because you already made it, and then you're confident you can make it. And then if you lose, it it can affect you. It doesn't have to, but there is high chances that at least in your mind you're going to be thinking about all the mistakes you did, all the mistakes someone in your team did, and it doesn't have to make you feel bad afterwards, but sometimes it can happen that you really regret not having played different champions or not having done something else or stuff like this.
Yeah, but don't you think that G2's mindset as a team is different to what, you know, teams of the West, their mindset has been in the past? Like they I won't say that they expect to get to the finals, but they know that it's very, you know, there's a very high chance of them getting there. Like compared to last year,
Yeah.
do you think that Fnatic expected to get all the way to the finals
Yes.
where they entered the group stage?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, not only I do, I'm sure of it. A lot of them talked about it
Okay.
for like a lot of times.
Okay.
Like Fnatic was actually really, really good
Yeah, they were.
last year.
You won't get to the finals unless you're really good.
Yeah,
Right.
and you won't get to the finals unless you believe that you can get to the finals, even when you're not already at groups.
That is another good point. Okay. And we've already established G2 and Griffin very likely to go through to the playoffs. Group D, Damwon, IG, Liquid, and AHQ.
And Elul, I think Liquid will not make through.
Okay.
Even though they are playing
it's
really well,
currently,
I need to give it to them
They're playing
that
well.
they are playing quite well. But it's NA. I cannot stand by NA.
Okay.
So they will not go
So
through
that's
because
more
they
of
are
a principle.
American. Yeah, it's American. I vote against them.
Okay. But right now the standings are 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, and then AHQ 0-3. So I guess
HQ, sorry.
HQ they're out. Almost beat Liquid, was it? No. Yeah. That was.
They wanted to ruin my prediction.
Yeah. I guess that's fair now that you're leading, along with Pege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Martin is not.
Martin is not. That's the important thing.
He stopped copying Barney, so.
Yeah, right. He
Patrick.
tried to think by himself, and everything went wrong.
Patrick and Pege. We got Damwon, IG, and Liquid then. 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Who you think will go through? Who will not make it?
I think the Liquid will make it. I have just to go against Andre, even though I think I voted them not to make it in my pick. I'm changing it now.
I think we get a little bit personal when
you're,
predicting
no.
stuff.
He's just getting what I did yesterday. Like, if you predict both, then you can't be wrong. You're
You're
always
right.
right.
It's
Like,
likely.
Yesterday, like on
That's
my
some
pick'ems,
galaxy brain.
on my pick'ems, I predicted that Splyce would not make it through.
Yeah.
But then on my day predictions,
Yeah.
I predict in a way that Splyce goes through.
Yeah.
So
I don't think
I'm
that's
right
allowed.
anyway.
So
You're right and wrong.
Yeah.
He will
But
win.
that's
one
not
of them.
allowed. You're cheating, by the way.
No, I'll win on a place, and I'll win and I'll lose on another one.
Yeah. So
I
you're.
can't lose on both.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I think
Back to the more serious stuff.
I think TL is not making it. I mean, they could, but I don't believe in them. So
TL is not a team that can kind of, you know, get better as the tournament progresses.
I think they can. I actually think TL is one of the teams that can get like more progression, percentage wise at least, because their practice back in NA is so bad that, and they're actually like good individual players that once they go to Worlds or to an international tournament and get to practice with good teams, I actually feel like Liquid is one of the teams that improves the most. But I still don't think it's gonna be enough. I think that they struggled when they didn't win laning phases. I think that they surprised a lot of times, a lot of teams, especially IG and Damwon, with some early game plays in week 1 of Worlds. I think that if IG and Damwon fix kind of their laners and they win laning phase against Liquid, which is really, really likely, then Liquid kind of plays a bit lost. I never saw them really like coming back playing against a good team.
Okay. We could have a 3-way tie here, couldn't we?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, it's
No.
it's likely.
No. Yeah, we can.
It can happen. we won't.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
can.
you say.
Yeah, I
but
say we won't, but it's very likely
Yeah,
that it
yeah,
happens.
It can happen.
it can happen.
it will happen. I think.
Yeah.
2-way or 3-way. I think it will
Yeah.
happen.
2-way, yes.
2-way at least?
Three-way, I don't think it will happen.
So you don't have any faith in Liquid.
I think everyone beats AHQ.
Yeah.
and then it would have to be like Liquid beats Damwon, Damwon IG Liquid, something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's-
I
and
think
it's not
really
like
likely,
yeah,
right?
No,
it's
I
not-
don't think IG will
I
drop
mean,
a
these
game.
teams are pretty even right now. So
I don't think IG will drop a game, Patrick. It's my opinion.
they dropped the game already. Like, what are
Yeah,
you saying, man?
But I don't think they'll drop a game now.
What do you
Okay,
mean?
that's
What
fair. Then we
changed?
can have a two-way tie between Liquid and Damwon, maybe? No, we can't.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Let's just do our predictions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will Liquid go through?
Yeah.
And Damwon won't?
No.
Okay. Patrick?
I mean, it's so close. I think IG will go through 100%, and then it's like 50-50. So let's say Damwon, yeah.
Okay.
Thing is, last time I believed in you guys because in the first episode I said I didn't know anything about that team. It's the
Yeah.
only one I didn't know, and they said that they were gonna win.
Who?
So, Danwall.
Oh.
So I put him on my pick them. I put that they would win every game, and then they lost.
I mean,
So you baited Peke, basically.
Yeah.
But
so now I'm not
well
getting
played,
baited.
well played.
Now I'm not getting baited.
I respect that.
but yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's see.
I mean,
It's
that's
still not
just-
over the group. You know, the group's still not over. Damwon
Yes.
will smurf.
We also said
will
that Liquid
smurf
was
on their
gonna lose
kids.
a lot of games.
Yeah, I thought they would. I actually thought they would lose to HQ, and I put that on my predictions.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
HQ had a free game, and then they decided, we actually don't want to win.
Will any of these teams... do you think they have a chance of winning Worlds, like IG? Can they do it again?
I think this Worlds has a really big thing that is different from any other Worlds, is that there are two favorites, G2 and SKT in my opinion, and they are not far at all from all the other teams that could possibly win Worlds. Those teams are Invictus, Damwon,
Griffin?
no,
No?
let's stop right
Fnatic?
there.
RNG?
RNG maybe.
RNG maybe?
Griffin is, I think they choke too much. They're choking way too much, and when we reach the best of 5, they'll fall down. But I think that almost every team, except teams from Group B and maybe Griffin that go out of groups, have a chance of winning Worlds. I think that their level is really, really close, even though I consider G2 and SKT to be favorites.
That's nice though, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I remember years back when you knew it would be Samsung White or
Yeah.
SKT and whatnot. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I think Splyce can win it as well.
Worlds?
Yeah, they've been doing like.
Whoa.
Andrew's gone.
Come on, man, come back.
What am I hearing? Okay, you wanna bet 50 euros on that as well?
No, I'm good, but I think they've been doing quite well, and their early is pretty good. So
Careful with that,
Patrick.
you know?
They have been doing quite well against the J team.
of course, but J team,
Gem
but J team
Esports,
is not too bad.
Gem Esports,
Yeah, those guys are terrible.
and Fun Choke
You know what?
Phoenix.
You know what? Let's see quarterfinals. Okay, they'll
Yeah,
play
yeah.
against some random team.
Well, you see-
Imagine they get free.
I like a
Free-
prediction like that, you know?
Yeah,
If
I'm
Patrick
willing.
ends up being right.
Okay, let's see quarterfinals. I don't know who they are playing, but I can already bet you 50 euros that they
It's,
will not make
we
it.
should stop betting
Yeah.
for money and we
Okay,
should start
not-
betting
not
for, you know,
50
fun stuff.
Money is fun.
Push-ups.
Fuck.
Cake to the face.
50 euros.
No
something I heard,
imagination
push-ups.
on Coach Yiloto.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Okay, last group to touch on. Group C, SKT, RNG,
Already
Fnatic,
touched
and
that group, mate.
Clutch Gaming.
No, we don't.
No, we
Oh, we didn't actually. I don't know. I
So
slept
Andre,
too low.
calm down, man.
I slept too low amount. Like,
Okay.
I can't focus.
At least you're here. Martin didn't show up.
Yeah, I should have. I think I have the flu too. But
You
No,
wanna
not now. Get it. Next
can-
Friday.
yeah,
Next
you
Friday,
can-
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
next week I'll have. The
Or maybe Monday. You can choose Monday. as
Monday.
well.
But Monday I don't work anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So SKT RNG currently in front, 3-0 and 2-1, and Fnatic 1-2. Clutch Gaming 0-3
Out.
out. There's a pattern here. I feel like that the worst team in the group is way worse than the three others for each group, right?
Yeah, but that,
HQ, Clutch Gaming, GAM.
I don't
and
think GAM was
HKA.
that way worse than the others.
No,
to be fair,
maybe not GAM, but the
like
rest.
they were worse. But
I feel like it's
But
sort
not
of
way
close
worse.
between, you know, top 3 in each group, maybe not Cloud9, and then in number 4 is significantly worse than the rest, maybe not GAM. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Last place is usually worse.
Yeah,
Than
okay.
all the other three. Makes sense.
Okay, Clutch Gaming, they're
Come
out,
on,
you
man.
say? Fnatic, will they go through?
No.
Patrick?
I mean, I picked Fnatic. I picked them as first in my group in my pick'ems. That was a horrible mistake, and they're not making it out. So,
sucks, doesn't it?
so yeah, it's SKT RNG.
SKT RNG. Will SKT sweep the group 6-0?
Yeah.
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 Andre?
I think
Here we
they will
go.
lose one game.
Okay.
I agree. Against Fnatic, I think.
I guess
Against
maybe.
Fnatic,
think
okay.
No, not against Fnatic.
Yeah,
Not against
Reckless is finally gonna play AD carries. Somehow he's actually gonna be good at AD carries.
Not Morgana?
Yeah, I mean,
What
think
do you
just-
feel about a pick like Morgana for Reckless?
Yeah, I think it's useless most of the
it's-
games.
no, but it's a waste. And in that game, it made no sense to pick Morgana in that game.
I mean, the
so-
thing is, they should like
I
with
don't
this
know.
with this comp, they should like look to outscale, but they don't even outscale. They get mega outscaled by Ryze and AD carry. So the draft is absolutely terrible, and I don't know what they're doing.
But why are you picking Morgana in the
I
first
think
place?
the idea is there actually. Like
No.
I prefer.
There's
Shut up.
no idea.
I actually prefer to
Be
see
nice,
Morgana Blitzcrank than Garen Yumi, because once again, as we said, I think their strength is that Hylissang can roam, and Hylissang it's not seen by the way,
No, but it's making
Okay.
noises.
and Hylissang on the Blitzcrank game at least was able to be proactive around the map, and with Yumi he was never able to do it. So I enjoyed more. I don't care what Reckless plays. I think that the carry from that bot lane is Hylissang. To
Okay.
be fair,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, but Hylissang, he can't deal damage, you know. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I know he can't deal damage, and
Why are you picking Morgana in the first place? I'm a
I mean, it doesn't
newbie.
have to be because like they just wanted to style a bit on kids. I think no, it has been what they're doing the whole
Okay.
time.
But what does Morgana bring to the table? Like
What they
does she
want to do is like as soon as Morgana gets, I assume like level 7, level 8, has some points on W, then she can just stay alone in lane and wave clear forever. But on the other side, there's a Tristana, so
it
while
was,
they're
it
wave-
was Zaya.
yeah,
Zaya.
there was a Zaya. So Zaya doesn't really care because she can match your clear, which means that both supports can roam, and Zaya then will actually win 1v1 Morgana at some point.
Okay.
So
That was Blitzcrank against Karma, so it's not like Karma's gonna roam the map
yeah,
and do
yeah.
shit.
I mean, but then why do you pick Morgana anyway?
Yeah, I would like to know that, you
That's what
know.
we're discussing. That is, it was useless.
But what I mean by this is that
But-
I understand
The idea is there.
The idea is there.
execution maybe
Doesn't
not.
make sense for that game, but the idea is there, and I would actually like Fnatic to keep with that idea, to have an AD, preferable an AD carry
Mhm.
that can allow Hylissang to roam,
Okay.
and a playstyle that allows Hylissang to roam.
Yeah, I think they should
More
just
than
go
anything.
back to like pick Rakan. Okay, they picked Zaya. Okay, we pick Ezreal, and we just play the game.
Yeah,
I think
something
with
like
that style, they were pretty good.
something like that.
Do you think if they do that, maybe they can go through, or are Fnatic done for?
I mean, I think if they start like, I think if they do that, they could go through instead of RNG. But I think at this point they're maybe too stubborn. Like it's 3 games and they haven't played single ADC, so I'm expecting something nutty again.
I mean, the only weird thing is that Tristana is in meta and Reckless is not first picking it.
Yeah, that's so weird, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
actually
could
weird.
just play Tristana every game and insta win late game at least. So they have that hope. Right.
Why could that be? He isn't confident on the champion, or
I think he just doesn't think it's good.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, stop that.
Yeah, stop that.
Shut your mouth.
Okay, so SKT first, RNG second. That seems to be consensus here. That's it for the group stage, at least for our predictions. We'll of course publish your individual game predictions later today and throughout the weekend to see who will claim
Me.
leadership. You think it'll be you, Andre?
Of course.
Who's your greatest opponent in the prediction game?
So I think that Martin just doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Mithy is random, is like flipping it a bit.
Yeah, he seems to be.
It seems to be like
It seems to be a coin toss.
yeah, he's coin tossing it a bit.
Barney?
Barney just
Enrique?
I think might actually be Enrique because
You're currently tied for first at least.
Yeah, but it's because like he listens a lot to me, you know, so he kind
Yeah,
of
sure,
copies
sure
my
it's because of
predictions.
that.
Like if you see last time,
Yeah, I think it's
and
that.
we can
yeah.
go through the WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
I send Martin sends it,
Yeah.
Barney sends it.
What?
I send different than both of them,
Mm-hmm.
and then Package just sends like Insta right after me, copying me. So
But it was the same as yours now.
yeah,
We
exactly
have one
the same.
different, or no?
Yeah, I think you
No, we had no difference.
Okay.
We had
One
no
thing
difference.
I do respect about you, you talk a lot of beep, but you give me your predictions quite fast.
Of course.
Yeah. This guy over here, he's a bit slow on that.
Only that day.
Yeah, only that day.
The,
that's
the
true,
other day
that's
was
true.
before you.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't copy you.
And
And
you-
what happened? And what happened? On that day that you didn't have the chance to copy me, what happened?
Please don't let Andre win. Honestly,
I
like,
regained the lead.
I'll probably rig it if
Yeah,
I
just
see
rig
him.
it.
I'll regain the lead.
I'll probably rig it.
I-
Okay. I think that's enough for Worlds for now.
Oh.
Prediction picks and whatnot. Then
Now
we-
to the fun stuff.
now to the fun stuff. You're really excited about at least one of these announcements,
Oh.
Andre.
3 of them at least.
3 of them. Okay, so Riot Games, they released or announced
4 of them actually.
a bunch of stuff for their League 10
Oh, 5 of them, actually.
celebrations a couple of days ago. I'm just gonna. I found this on a website, so I'm just gonna go through it and then we can talk about it. So some free rewards each day for 11 days, including new Annie Timo Bear skin that looks sick and really terrifying. It's this
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. Okay. Your shop returns. Season 10 changes to Summoner's Rift. Rise of the Elements.
When is season 10 starting?
Yeah, that's.
I have no idea. Maybe after Worlds right away.
No, I think
No,
it usually
maybe,
starts before Worlds ends.
No,
I
that's
think
like
you're
pre-season. No, it's like pre-season.
that's actually
yeah,
true.
pre-season. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay,
but-
return of classic Earth with bands. Senna, new Markswoman / support hybrid. Music albums of each season on Spotify. New animated series. Arcane.
Can see an animal
But
fleet.
wait,
Patrick.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Can we go back? Why is it called Mark's Woman? Like, what's the
Because she's a
problem
woman.
here?
No, but what about Misfortune? Is she a marksman?
what
or a
about,
marksman?
She's a markswoman
What
as
about
well.
every single marksman though? Kaisa, Zaya, Tristana, Vayne.
Markswomen, yeah.
But they're called marksmen.
They're called marksmen.
I think, no, the
Like,
markswomen if
what's-
you ask. Right, yeah, I think they are.
Okay. bot language.
Arabic language in the client. Netflix documentary. Are we able to see it here in EU? I haven't even checked.
I've
I think
watched it,
some
yeah.
people have seen it, yeah.
Okay, how is it?
I didn't see
It's
it.
it's very boring.
I'm on it.
You are?
Wait, you
In what
can
way?
see it?
Like
I think so.
years back?
I
or-
haven't seen it, but someone sent me a picture. Yeah, it's from season 1.
But
or
can you
somewhere
see it
like
in Denmark Netflix?
Yes.
Because
That's what I'm asking.
Netflix is
Yes,
like so
you
limited.
can watch it. But I think it's like more for people that like know
Don't
very
know.
little about League.
Okay, it's
Rather-
very mainstream.
Yes,
Yeah.
rather than like the people that actually care about League. So it was like a little bit boring to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
But like the beginning was interesting because it was like they were talking about how they started and how they had like no money at all and how the game was like progressing. So that was kind of good. But then the rest was a little bit boring to me. So
Yeah. Patrick, how old were you when this guy won season 1?
8 years ago?
that was 11.
Okay.
Wait, did you win?
Yeah, season 1.
So you
Season
think you're world champion?
Yeah.
You have the ring.
I mean,
the
I
ring,
am.
right?
I have a ring.
Yeah, he has the
You
ring.
have a
He
ring?
is the
What
world
do you
champion.
mean?
He's
I
the
mean,
world
I am.
champion. Yeah.
He's the world's champion.
But that one didn't even count, did it?
I mean, of course, no Koreans or Chinese were there. you know?
Chinese were there.
Yeah, Chinese were. Yeah, true. One Chinese. team was
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I have a very,
there.
very
He
big
beat.
ring.
He beat. Who was it in the finals? Was it SOAS?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Yellow
Triple A,
Star.
right?
Triple
Yeah,
A.
so as Yellow Star.
And then they got 2 of them.
That was a
To
classic.
Fnatic.
The
The
final.
way to pull it,
They
right?
beat them in the finals and then they get 2 of them.
Yeah. Grab that best players. Okay, social impact fund and Akama skin. And then for games, we got TFT on mobile. Nah. We got League of Legends on mobile consoles.
Nah.
Wild Rift. We got a card game.
Oh.
Oh, Legends of Runeterra. Tactical shooter.
Oh.
Currently named Project A. Yeah, it looks sick. Yeah, I agree. MMO,
Oh.
RPG, dungeon crawler to explore worlds with friends. Project F. That's also.
But that was not announced what
no,
it is.
no, that's true. I
It,
didn't
wa-
see-
it, was, it was like a leak.
No, they announced that they were going to create an MMORPG,
Yeah, no,
but
no.
they didn't talk anything more about it.
We don't even
Very
know if it's gonna
limited info.
In
Wait,
many
are
years.
these
Yeah.
games all playable?
No,
Not now. Will be.
The card game is already
Card
playable
game
for
is-
me,
yeah.
for whoever gets access to it.
How do I get access?
I don't know. I just
Help your player out.
literally, I just went there, registered on my account. I think that Riot maybe
We'll talk to Rad.
I mean,
Patrick
I
should
think
get
I think that if you register with your Riot account,
Yeah.
then it's instant unlocked.
Yeah, for me it
Oh.
was like that.
For me, it was like
Let's,
that as well. So.
go through the list. We got a fighting game coming.
Meh.
Project L. Nah, you say esports team builder game.
Oh.
Esports manager.
Oh,
Yeah, that's back to you wanting to be.
that's the
Esports
bang.
manager.
But
That's
that
the
one
banger.
is only announced for LPL.
For now,
at the
for now,
beginning.
it's only
I think
LPLs.
they're testing.
So
and then they'll
I'm coaching
branch out,
Lucy.
right? And then a mysterious new board game.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
cares?
You're not into board games? I am really looking forward to a board
But
game.
I think all of them are very hype. Like
Yeah.
even though he doesn't care about them, like people from fighting
Yeah.
games
So
are excited
Exactly.
about
It's
it.
like you can.
We should get
Everyone
that board
would
game.
like at least something from there. It's impossible for you to be a gamer and not to like something.
that's a
From
really
there.
good
I think that's the good thing that they did. That everyone is excited about something.
The only thing that I regret is that they didn't make a FIFA game.
You have-
Like
what do you mean?
Like
Like a
FIFA?
football game?
No, not
Like
FIFA,
yeah, football game. Like kind of to replace FIFA because EA Sports is so bad. Like
Okay, we
You
shouldn't.
know, like
we
a
shouldn't,
Blitzcrank goalkeeper, Ezreal shooter.
You're gonna get fined for that.
Anyway,
man.
let's pull it up a bit.
just-
What
you
do you
just
think
got that
about the whole campaign? Hashtag League 10 announcing all these stuff. Pega, you were there at the
Oh, really?
celebrations.
Yeah, I was there on them.
Holy.
But let's start with you, Andrew. What do you think of the whole
why
campaign?
he
Like-
was there?
No, I'm not. I don't
Okay,
want to
okay.
talk about the celebration shit.
I mean, I honestly I saw the thing at 3 a.m. and I was literally just going through my Twitter and then I saw someone saying, "Oh my God, the mobile game! It's so cool! Riot announcements!" And I'm like, "What? Riot streaming?" Then I just saw it and I was like, "Okay, I can go to sleep."
Wow.
And then they announced Runeterra is out. You can just need to go to the website, and I go to the website and then I just stay like until 6 a.m. playing Runeterra.
Really?
Yeah, of course. It
Oh
was so
my
cool.
God, you're crazy.
It was so cool, and I don't know. It just feels like they, first of all, the whole new games seems like they were actually really thought through. Even the games that I'm not excited, like the fighting game or the TFT or the low mobile, seems like it gave a lot of work. Especially the LoL mobile seems like it's something kind of innovating. How can you put a game like League of Legends into a mobile and be able to play with it? So I really like it. I'm especially excited, obviously, about the tactical shooter and the team building and the esports team builder. I think that soon enough I'll get sick of Runeterra, even though now it's really, really fun. And about the changes of the game, it's still something that it's something to be explored, but I think it's really refreshing. This whole changes on dragon and the terrain changing depending on the dragon that you pick. I'm still a bit skeptical on the ground changes, like on bot and top.
Yeah.
And the split XP on bot lane, but they made support stronger, so maybe that balances it out. But yeah, it's just really good to see. Like I think that it was a huge success. Just placed Riot on. It's like they don't even have 10 years. You know, it's this 10 years campaign. What made I think was that they are able to do something that is really important in esports and video games. That is like be refreshed, like be as if like 10 new years are about to come.
Yeah.
No one is sick of that game, and it will provoke a lot of good changes to other esports as well. Like I assume that Blizzard's at the moment shaking her legs about like all these changes and what can they do. Valve with CS:GO, with a new competition for CS:GO, they don't really know what to expect, and we'll make every of these other games the need to keep moving forward and to keep improving their game.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of good points. Patrick, what do you think about all these announcements, this campaign?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good step forward from them. I just think they need to make sure that all these games that they've created, that they like put a lot of effort in them, so it doesn't happen like there's like this honeymoon phase that for 1 month 10,000 million people like play all these games and then suddenly they disappear.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just hope the games are really good so people actually stick to them.
That will happen.
But they've sort of tested that with TFT.
I don't think like that many people play TFT nowadays. I think like
Yeah.
it was like really hyped. Everyone was playing it. Even Andre was addicted
Yeah.
for a while.
Fabian.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so many
Fabian
people.
was
But
more addicted than me.
I think he was.
yeah, but a lot of people quit because they said the game like repeats itself too much
Okay.
and that it's boring. So
But
I,
that's
I
what
think I
it-
think that will happen to every single game. Like to be honest, like TFT and Runeterra are kind of competitors of each other. They're both,
Yeah.
in a way, card games, and it's more like
it shouldn't
At
happen
least
to like
a lot of
MMORPG or like esports manager. You
But
know.
it
yeah,
hasn't
but
happened to
it's
League of
it's,
Legends, right?
it's yeah, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be what I'm gonna do. A lot of people are gonna do. I'm gonna keep playing League. Obviously,
Mhm.
League will be like my top one, and then I'm gonna try every single game of this at the same time. As soon as they are released, I'm trying that game, and then one game I'll maybe keep playing, even though lower, and the other ones I'll just leave. And most of the people will be like that. In the beginning, you'll have a lot of people playing every game, and then they'll drop out.
Yeah.
I think that's just like
You have to
The
think
nature of
also
it.
from Riot point of view. They don't care which game you play, as long as you play one of their games.
yeah.
So if you're playing League of Legends and you're like, I'm tired of it, I will play one card game. You play one game and then you're like, actually I don't feel like it. I will go to this other game.
Mm.
For them, it's still fine. You're playing one of each one of their
Yeah.
games, and you're not going to Hearthstone or you're not going to Overwatch.
But then
Instead,
I
you're going to
understand
their
what
games.
Patrick is saying because like you need to have dedicated personnel to every single of these games.
But they do already.
I
They
think
are-
they-
Yeah, yeah. I'm
They're
not
both
saying I'm
hiring
not
and
saying
have-
that they
have
don't.
already.
It's just that like the increase of personnel needs to be big.
Yeah.
They cannot. I think that it would be a huge mistake if they move, for example, like they did, people from League of Legends
Yeah.
development to develop these games and stuff.
They
like
sort
that.
of just have to duplicate their teams
Yeah.
for each game,
Yeah.
right?
Because then you'll have like those other games that lose personnel just slacking and getting worse.
So Pege, you were at the celebrations
Mm-hmm.
with a bunch of people. Saw that picture on Twitter with
Like
all the legends
500 people.
and Snoopy. Apparently not a legend according to the guy on the photo. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, because we didn't recognize him. There.
Exactly. No, how was it?
No, it was really good. Like it was a bit of a surprise because they didn't want to tell us everything. They actually didn't tell us what they were going to announce. Someone leaked it on Twitter, so we had a bit of an idea. but it was super hype. I remember when we were watching it, we were expecting some of the games, but not all of them. And I remember one guy in the crowd was going crazy because they announced the fighting game. He's a big fighter
Oh
game. You know,
yeah,
Sarin?
the Sharin.
Yeah, so the guy
Spanish
with
guy.
he's
Okay.
into fighting games and he just went nuts when
No,
they
he's
announced
a
the
pro.
game.
He's
Yeah,
a
that's
pro
nice.
fighting game.
yeah,
now.
he's pro fighting games.
He was
he's
a
really
worker
involved.
on Riot, and now he's a fighting game pro at Giants, I think.
Oh, I have to interrupt for a bit. Do you think that Riot intend to make like the fighting game, the tactical shooter, like are these esports intended to be esports titles, or just games?
No, I think esports titles. I think that's what they aim for every game, because they have everything looks like it. They haven't made anything that is like a story mode or anything like this. Like even the card game, they haven't even put any campaign or anything.
Oh.
It's directly like play
Okay.
ranked or normal. They don't even have. So I don't think they have intention of doing that. It's gonna be full esports for sure.
So
Yeah, it's what makes sense, no?
Yeah,
Card games,
it does.
Hearthstone, and Hearthstone is there.
fighting game.
I'm assuming that TFT and LoL Mobile will not be pro gamers.
No, LoL Mobile. I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
pretty big
maybe.
because I mean, first off, like all the kids with their phones will play it, but that's
Yeah.
not the aim. But look at in other regions, like there is a big.
No,
mobile.
I think it's gonna be big. I
Sim-
just don't. I'm
Not
not
an
sure if it's
esport.
gonna be an esport.
No.
I think so.
No, I
because
think it will
I
be
think
like a small one.
Riot will push it, and,
Yeah.
and if they are giving prizes,
Yeah,
look Clash Royale, look.
yeah.
More
I just
again,
think
you know?
it's way easier to push something that was already pushed. Like Hearthstone and Clash Royale are card games. Card game is easy to push it. Project A is easier to push it. All of Overwatch
Yeah.
is an esport. CS:GO is an esport. Fighting game is exactly the same, but then I think that obviously the MMORPGs is not going to be an esport. The esports manager, it's not going to be an esport.
Okay.
The board game is not going to be an esport. But all these games that have like precedence are certainly going to be an esport, and maybe the LoL mobile.
Wait,
actually, maybe you're
you're
right.
gonna think that the mobile is also gonna be for console.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's gonna be like
Oh.
it's gonna be
Okay,
like
then it's
Fortnite.
gonna-
It's gonna be
then-
multi-platform.
Then
Then
it's
it could
then
be,
it's gonna-
yeah. But back to the celebrations. Anything that stood out for you?
Yeah, just the announcement. When they announced everything, I remember we also had like a little presentation later on about all this stuff. Like for example, they talk about the LOL mobile thingy because the game is really, really smooth. Like honestly, it's surprising how good it is. When you're playing mobile, you feel like, oh, how are you gonna hit the skills or how you're gonna stuff, but you actually are able to do it. And their goal is that you play with this little, because there's some things that you can put on your phone to play like with a joystick, and they say that if you play with a joystick, it's like when you play FIFA on the console, you know, like it's really smooth, like it's really easy to hit the skill shots, like it works really good. So I was really impressed about it, and that they mentioned that the hardest part of that work was they had to change so many things to make it look like nothing changed, you know. So the game feels exactly like League of Legends. It was a lot of work to actually make it be exactly the same. So they say that it took them many years doing stuff that makes it look like they actually didn't work on the game. You know, that was their hardest part.
That's interesting. Yeah, they've kept it a secret for so many years, all of these things.
And then from the other announcement, and trying to remember, the anime, I think it was really nice as well, that they announced that they plan to make a series that lasts many seasons as well.
It's something that people have been, asking for quite a while, right?
Yeah,
With all these cinematics and whatnot.
Yeah, because I think everyone is hyped on this.
It's gonna be the first anime that I'm watching.
You've
too,
never
right?
watched an anime? Is Dragon Ball considered anime?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah, it is.
You didn't?
Oliver and Benji?
Oliver and
about
Benji, I did. Okay, I watched anime.
Okay, good. Okay, anything you wanna, touch on in regards to the League 10? Are we done for now?
I think we're good, yeah.
We're good?
We're Gucci.
Okay. Anything you want to say to the people watching, maybe to Martin?
No, just get better, Martin, and please on the comments down below, just wish the
Martin get better.
Yeah, Martin get better.
Maybe we should do a hashtag.
Like being sick on a Friday when the show was at 9 a.m.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, right?
Just like poor guy.
Poor guy.
I mean, I hate it when you wake up at 8 and you're like, oh, I'm sick, man, I
I'm
can't go.
sick, I can't go to
So
Poor Martin. So hashtag get better, Deficio, in the comments.
Yeah, and that way is actually like a double sense, you know. Get better and get better in the predictions as well. Like.
You see what I did there?
Get good.
Get good, Deficio. Get good, Deficio. Okay? Yeah, that's it for podcast episode 3. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here with us, we'll get back to you in 3 days on Monday, touching on the rest of the group games and looking forward to the playoffs as well. So thank you for watching and see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.